Hi everybody, Jason here. Jason Eastley from Politicus USA and the Daily, and boy do we have a crack Jim Dandy of a video for you today. Crack Jim Dandy. In today's video, Donald Trump heads over to the Kennedy Center, tells the whole world basically that he's in the bag for Putin, but the clip we're going to focus on is somebody seems a little bit triggered by Jimmy Kimmel and the Oscars still. To start off, Trump named his Kennedy Center honorees, which include Sylvester Stallone, Gloria Gaynor, Michael Crawford, Phantom of the Opera, and Kiss. Now, we'll have more to say about Kiss later. But the question Trump gets here is, how involved was he in this election process? Pick up this video and let's see what happens.
I didn't ask you. Go ahead, please, address.
I just wanted to ask you, thank you, Mr. President. How involved were you in the selection process of these honorees?
I would say I was about 98% involved. No, they all went through me. They came over, Rick and Sergio and everybody. They said, I turned down plenty. They were too woke.
Trump turned down Kennedy Center nominees because they were too woke. And look how proud of himself he is there. They were too woke. Oh, ha, 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 ha. I'm owning the libs. Yeah, go on.
I had a couple of wokesters. No, we have great people. This is very different than it used to be. Very different. These are great people, and they're not. I don't have any idea they're Republican because it went.
Doesn't matter idea they're Republican. The two main nominees are Kiss with Gene Simmons, MAGA, and Sylvester Stallone, MAGA. But no idea if they're Republican.
People that the Kennedy Center has everything. Look at the Academy Awards. It gets lousy ratings now.
Oh, here we go. He's off on the Academy Awards again. Now, why is he so angry at the Academy Awards? We'll discuss that later. But the Academy Awards, in fact, does not get lousy ratings. The Academy Awards drew 19.7 million people last year, which was a 5-year high.
All they do is talk about how much they hate Trump.
They do not. All they do is talk about how much they hate Trump. Trump hate tweeted Jimmy Kimmel during the broadcast. Kimmel responded, and this is why Trump is still mad at the Academy Awards.
But nobody likes that. They don't watch anymore. That used to.
They don't watch anymore. The Academy Awards by itself drew 19.7 million, almost 20 million viewers. Donald Trump's joint address to Congress that was carried by every single network and streaming platform only drew 36 million. So yeah, nobody's watching.
45 million people watching. Remember?
By the way, 45 million people watching the Academy Awards. Trump is apparently talking about the 1960s, 70s, 80s.
The Apprentice, first season. The Apprentice had 42 million people.
That's a lie. That is such a lie. You know how I know it's a lie? I looked the numbers up. You know how many viewers Trump's first season of The Apprentice had? 20 million on average. Average, we're like, depending on which metric you use, closer to 16 million. So the Oscars in 2025 drew what The Apprentice drew in 2004.
Academy Awards had 41 million people. We were the second show to the Super Bowl.
Nope. Well, maybe after the Super Bowl, he had one episode that was the second show of the Super Bowl. But The Apprentice itself was not the most viewed show outside of the Super Bowl.
But since then, the Academy Awards have gone down to, I think they've gone down to numbers that are like a regular show.
Nope. 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 Trump is simply making this up. The Academy Awards actually draw 10 times the viewership of a regular show. And here's the thing. If we want to put Trump's Apprentice viewership into context for his first season, streaming has now surpassed TV, broadcast television as the most preferred methodology of watching TV. People are still watching their TVs. TV viewership actually has gone up for the last few years. What they're doing though now is 46% of the people watching television are watching via streaming, 23% are watching via cable, 18.5% or about 20% are watching through broadcast. Let's just say the number's 20%. Take Trump's, to be generous, 20 million viewers in 2004. That would equal maybe 5 million viewers today at its peak. So Trump would be basically a regular TV show, but it might actually be less if we used 18.5% percentage.
Because it went woke. We're not doing it for that reason. We're doing it.
Nope. Didn't go woke. Didn't go woke. Trump is simply making it up. Oh, and Donald Trump just said here, oh, we're not doing the Kennedy Center Awards for that reason, to beat the Oscars. Of course he's doing it for this reason. It's the reason why he named himself the chair of the Kennedy Center.
Because we want the great talent. But these are great people. So I was just a very long answer, but I was very involved.
Yeah, he was very involved. This list of honorees, the top two at least, Stallone and Kiss. Let's face it, Stallone did Rocky. Rocky's a brilliant movie. Rocky's a classic. But Stallone's career hasn't been a whole lot outside of Rocky. He's had mega box office success, with Rambo and the billions of Rocky sequels. And even the Expendables. He's had a lot of box office success. He's had hits. There's nothing wrong with that. But, would you call Sylvester Stallone one of the great actors of our time? I don't think so. Kiss. This is kind of a personal grind for me. When I was a real little kid in 77, 78, Kiss kind of broke out in 75, 76, Kiss Alive. Great live album. At some point after their 70s heyday, and when you're a little kid, you love Kiss because this was right around the Star Wars time. Kiss has the costumes and the gimmick and everything else. Big deal when you're a little kid. Kiss isn't without the original lineup, really isn't a very good band. They kind of suck since they went under Gene Simmons' leadership. And, I guess you can say whatever you want, but to say that Kiss is more deserving over about roughly, I could pick 1,000 artists across all genres that would be more deserving than Kiss to be a Kennedy Center honoree. This is totally political. Okay, so Trump is melting down over. He's still triggered by Jimmy Kimmel and the Oscars, let's be honest. This is all his pathetic little attempt to beat the Oscars, to be bigger than the Oscars. It's not going to work. In fact, he's lowering the Kennedy Center, and he's found another Washington, D.C. institution and cultural institution to destroy. So congratulations to him. I'm Jason Easley from Politicus USA and The Daily. Please subscribe to our Substacks. They're great value. They're only $6. We do news, we do politics, we do videos like this. We're here. We chat with you. It's really a great, great platform to be on. I hope you can join me there. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.